Raise your hand if you heard a no to something you wanted a desperate yes to. After many no's, I have come to relate to no as not yet. Not no, never. And have learned to be persistent with a bit of grace, a lot of passion, and of course, some chutzpah. But it hasn't always been this way. My name is Katya Virshilas, and I am a professional ballroom dancer, actress, choreographer, creative director, and founder of a children's dance company. I am also the daughter of immigrants who rebuilt their lives twice in 2 different continents. In the 90s, my parents left Lithuania for a war-torn country. As my dad pursued an education in a new language, my mother supported him by cleaning houses and toilets. Witnessing their strength, resilience, and grace, I saw them make the impossible possible, saving every penny for our needs with pride. Now, I may look very well put together. I had a great glam squad. It takes a village, people. But on the inside, I am not put together at all. I also have no shame in asking people for what I want, as I strongly believe my passions and my idea will change the world, one dance class at a time. Every day, I push the boundaries of dance and change people's perspective on who dance is for. Now, you may not be a dancer, but I intend that if you, a friend, or a family member are feeling down after receiving a no, by hearing this talk, you'll be inspired to go beyond what you think is possible. But my dance career was very ugly in the beginning. Thus, my journey of turning no into a not yet began when I was 13 years old. I saw a dance competition on TV, a ballroom dance competition. I was mesmerized, hooked. The dresses, the rhinestones, the makeup, the music. My mother took me to my first class. I was the oldest one there. The class went awful. I felt so out of place. I was tall and skinny, lanky, in that beginning of high school awkward phase. I didn't want to come back until I overheard the dance teacher tell my mom that she would be wasting her time and money. He said I was too old to start dancing, not talented enough, and that there's no way anything will ever become of me. Hearing this, a red light went off in my head, and I got this sudden urge to prove that dance teacher wrong. It was not a no, it was a not yet. When I was 18, I got the chance to partner with a brilliant dancer. This was my ticket. I dreamt of being a champion. I was ready to do whatever it took. You see, I never thought I was a naturally talented dancer. I wasn't born with extreme flexibility, perfectly arched feet. I had to work really hard at it. But I loved to dance. But when my dance partner got a deportation letter to leave Canada, I did what any teenage girl would do. I called my mom and said, I either have to follow him to Moscow or get married. We got married in 2001. But when every day you are called stupid, slow, fat, and terrible by the person who's supposed to love and protect you, it wears you down. When I was hurting myself, it wasn't so much that I wanted to kill myself. It was a cry for help. The abuse deteriorated my love for dancing because I was so miserable doing it. I don't like talking about my abuse because I don't like talking about being a victim. But when you have seen and been at the brink of the worst, you are not afraid of chasing that email making that hard call, because what's the worst case? They'll say no. After a divorce from my dance partner, many knows, that red light led me to become a Canadian champion, choreographing movies, training Richard Gere, Jennifer Lopez, dancing the tango with Antonio Banderas, and finally on a major television show called Strictly Come Dancing. So don't worry, y'all, it's not a sad tale. So fast forward 2017, my current and amazing husband and I moved to the capital ballroom of Asia. Did you know that some of the best ballroom and Latin dancers in the world live right here in Hong Kong? With my husband being a coach to many of them and my own background in dance, we obviously wanted our sons to learn the magic of dance. So I took my son, my youngest son, to the only dance class I could find, ballet. From the moment I walked in, an explosion of pink tutus and unicorns. It was obviously catered for young girls. I was the only mom with a boy, and I could feel the stares from the other parents. At the end of the class, a dresser box appeared, and I was hoping for a top hat or a cane for my son, but there was nothing for him there. I cried, he cried, there was a scene, and one of the parents said to me, "Maybe you are in the wrong class." Tears in my eyes and mortified, I ran home thinking, why wasn't there a space for my son to dance? Later that day, one of my best friends said to me, "Stop whining. And if it doesn't exist, build it." Now, I had no clue about what it takes to start a business or run a company. Well, not yet. In the beginning, I had this little suitcase like Mary Poppins. And I would take it from house to house. It was filled with dance props and a little portable speaker. And I would teach anyone who would have me. And then COVID hit. And the music literally stopped. Now, as two dance instructors, we lost our source of income. We were burning through our savings. And when you have no money, damn girl, that's where you need to get creative. We wanted to get our dance program into this beautiful clubhouse property, and I would go there every week and speak to the front desk and ask for the person in charge. And every week they would say, "They're not available." I would leave my business card in hopes for a callback. There was no callback. So one day I came in, sat on the couch, and said, "I'm not leaving until I speak to someone." My red light was flashing, and clearly they thought we better speak to the crazy lady so she can leave us alone. They began to tell me that they have no dance space available. I said, "No problem. We don't need a dance space. Any space would do, even a basketball court." "Oh, no. You can't wear dance shoes on a basketball court." I said, "No problem. Our students will not wear dance shoes, non-slip socks only." "Oh, but you can't play music. You can't play music on a basketball court." I said, "No problem, no music. Our speakers are so small." Everything he was throwing at me to try to have me leave, I was finding a way to work around it. Finally, we walk past this room, and I look over to the right, and I see hardwood floors, bar, mirror. I go, "What is this room?" "Oh, that's a yoga room. Can you use that?" The look on my face, yes, I said, "I will take it." It was such a $1 million moment for me. I felt like I had just signed with Disney or Netflix. Not yet. I grew up watching TED Talks. It was my educational platform on seeing the world through different eyes, ideas, and perspectives. I wanted to spread my idea on how dance programs in schools can change children's lives. Dance is instinctive. It brings people together. Imagine your son extending his hand, asking you, would you like to dance? I thought my idea was a perfect fit for TEDx, so when I opened the email in 2022 from the TEDx team to say, thanks, but no thanks, you were not chosen for the final lineup, I was crushed. It took a few days of mourning, but then the red light started flashing. And I thought maybe I wasn't ready for TEDx. I hadn't reached my goal of our dance program being in schools. Not yet. But you see, no schools wanted to see us at this point. I must have sent hundreds of emails, and every email was no after no after no. But that TEDx rejection and the red light kept driving me on. You see, to have an idea and to start a business, it's not hard. The hard part is to sustain it. Sustaining it, growing it, keeping it. The company, the culture, that's where you need to have a lot of freaking passion and belief in your idea. At that time, I found myself conducting classes in various settings, from homes, gardens, rooftops, backyards. This hands-on approach was challenging, but instrumental in crafting and refining our program. One day after such a class, I connected with a supportive mother, leading to a key introduction to a prestigious international school. The door opened up in a big way. That's all we needed, one person to believe. The ball started rolling, and by the end of the year, the dance program was in dozens of schools. So, another year passed, and guess what? Another TEDx rolled around. My friends asked me if I'm gonna go for lucky number 3. I said I figured I'll stop with 2 babies. Might as well stop with 2 TEDx rejections under my belt. But kind of thinking, if I get another no, maybe my company will go public next year. Missing the deadline, I receive an email from the TEDx team offering the chance to reapply. I decline. Their understanding decision confirmed my decision, or so I thought. Soon after, someone asked me, Katya, how are your little dance classes doing? They're so cute. I began to feel that perhaps the chapter wasn't closed. I built a huge company from scratch just because I work with kids. And yes, they are cute. Doesn't mean it's cute little dance classes. You know what I mean? Reflecting on my life's journey and how every rejection fueled a red light passion in me to push boundaries and achieve the seemingly impossible, suddenly my red light shouted, "This is your TEDx talk." And here I am. You see, to me, passion and persistence beats circumstances every single time. If I would have believed in all those no's, I would have never gotten started, and I am far from being finished. So if I leave you here with one thing today, is that a no should not scare you, and a not possible should not put you off. Every success story starts with a rejection. So go through your inbox and answer that email where someone told you no. Because when you hear a no for something you wanted a desperate yes to, what will you tell yourself? Say not yet with me on 5, 6, 7, 8. Not yet.